One of the biggest races. Big wrecks, torn up race cars, 500 miles. The drivers have to be perfect. The crews have to be perfect. So many drivers will go home disappointed, but one will go home happy. Every driver wants to win this race. This race starts the regular season in NASCAR. The Great American Race, the Daytona 500.
Drivers, start your engines!
One of, if not the most stressful races in a NASCAR season. The drivers are stressed out as soon as they leave pit road. Full-time NASCAR driver and two-time champion Kyle Busch has still not won a Daytona 500. Here's something he said in an interview.
I would love nothing more than to win the Daytona 500. It's been, feast or famine it seems, and there's been a lot of years where I finished second or I finished third, or there's 5-6 times that I can count on, but the rest of the time it's, ending up in a crash on the hook and going back to the trailer early,
The Daytona 500 is a race where so many things can go wrong, so much faster than any other track. 1 second you could be leading, and the next you could be in the catch fence. NASCAR champion Chase Elliott was asked about what it would mean to win the Daytona 500 in an interview. Here's what he said.
It's just, there's been a lot of great drivers that don't win this race, and
sure,
that makes it, to me, really special to achieve it, just when you look at the list of names that don't, or haven't. So that being said, it didn't break their careers that they didn't win it. Still great racers and some champions.
The Daytona 500 is one of the hardest races on the schedule, yet the drivers arrive at the track and give it their all. Drivers come to the track ready, they are confident about the race. This can either go two ways. They get wrecked out of the race, or they finish well. There are times when a driver could be behind the leader, about to make a move for the lead and get wrecked. Or if a driver is going to make a move for the lead, they could accidentally wreck the leader and cause a huge crash. This huge crash would be called the big one. There is a big one in every single superspeedway race. This is a huge wreck or the biggest wreck in the race. Sometimes a driver's day can be ruined because of a failure with the car. No matter how good the car and driver are, even a small failure can end a team's day. An important part of racing is communication with the spotter and crew chief. Sometimes the radios in the cars will cut out, or the driver cannot hear clearly what the spotter or crew chief is saying. During a race at Daytona, there will be times when all three lanes will be fighting for the lead at once. This is a dangerous situation, which can lead to huge wrecks. This can end so many other drivers' race. It can even take out half of the field. When big wrecks happen at Daytona, they're dangerous. Drivers can get concussions, snap their wrist, or get other injuries. Manufacturers are important at Daytona. Drafting is important. Drivers try to draft with drivers of the same manufacturer as them. If a driver loses the draft, they will go a lap down. The same manufacturers even pit together to get up to speed and stay on the lead lap.
Drafting is important, but it can cause a lot of wrecks, especially big wrecks. Sometimes there will be really long green flag runs. Sometimes they go long enough for the drivers to have to pit. A driver can lose up to 20 positions from one simple move. Just moving to the wrong lane can put a driver in last. Restarts are really important at any track, but at Daytona, they're even more important. With it being hard to pass, a bad restart can ruin a driver's chances at winning. Going from last to first is hard, yet some drivers manage to do it. Going from last to first is hard, but going from first to last can happen quickly. Ryan Blaney was asked what it would mean to him to win the Daytona 500, and here's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to sit up here and say it'd be in the world and things like that. You know, I mean, we all know what we're racing for. And I remember coming down here with Dad for, many years watching him, race and try to win it. And, he got close a couple times, and we've run second here a couple times. And it was, like I said earlier, it was cool to finally get in victory lane here, in the 400. But, it's going to be even more special if you can do it, in the Daytona 500. So just being close and coming here so many times as a kid watching Dad race would be very special. So hopefully we can get it done. Like I said, got to be there at the end. Try to accomplish it.
Lap after lap, the drivers are more stressed, knowing that a wreck could happen at any moment. As the race goes on, eventually the drivers will become exhausted. This race is one of the longest races on the schedule. The interiors of the cars can get up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit and over.
The race is hard on the drivers, but they still give it everything they've got. All 40 of the drivers want to win, but only one will. So many drivers fail to win this race, but every driver is going to go into the race determined to win it. The race is long and tiring, the track covered in rubber from the tires as they wear. The interiors of the cars are roasting hot as the drivers go around the track at 200 miles per hour. The race is emotionally tough on the drivers, the pit crews, the spotters, and the crew chiefs. As green flag stops are close and could happen, the drivers and crews are stressed. They know that they have to do everything perfect. The drivers can't speed on pit road, and the crews have to service the cars as fast as possible with no mistakes. During the closing laps, the drivers are trying to keep their cars in one piece and finish. The drivers in the front of the pack are going for the win. The drivers are stressed, a wreck could happen coming to the line, a driver could have a failure. Anything is possible.